Hey everyone, you probably heard about the coronavirus, aka COVID-19. And if you haven't, I don't know where you've been hiding, but you are lucky. So you probably most likely have been practicing social distancing or physical distancing. And if you haven't, you should be, because the virus is still out there. We don't have a vaccination as of yet. In the province of Ontario, we've been under quarantine for about 2.5 months, just over 2 months. And now the province itself has decided to lift some restrictions, which is great, but we still have to be aware that the coronavirus is still out there, and we need to, as a global community, to help prevent the spread by keeping ourselves healthy and practicing social distancing. So I'm just going to give you a refresher of what you can do after this. Hey, I'm Marauding Megs, and it's great to see you. Okay, so the purpose of this video is more to give you a refresher of the helpful tips and tricks that you probably have been implementing already. So if you're already doing this, great. If not, then hopefully this is very helpful for you. So number one would be getting enough sleep, okay? Rest is very important. It actually helps you boost your immune system when you get enough hours of sleep. Now, it's also important to make sure that you go to bed at the same time too, every day, because research has shown that if you go to bed at the same routine time that you go to sleep, even though it's the weekend, if you're consistent with that, it actually helps with your immune system overall. So number two would be eating healthy, nutritious snacks or food groups such as vegetables and fruits. And don't rely on unhealthy snacks because they don't give enough nutrients to your immune system or your body. Now, if you've been eating unhealthy, that's okay, because you can start right now eating healthy foods such as vegetables and fruits and other things. Just make sure that you implement enough into your diet. I'm going to be honest, because I myself have fallen off the wagon a couple times and eaten way too many snacks during quarantine. So you're not alone in this. Just make sure, if you really want to and you want to stay healthy, just make some small changes, implement a little bit more vegetables and less chips and chocolate bars and pizza or whatever you're eating, fast food. But it will help you in the end if you implement some healthy foods. Exercising at least every day. Now, I'm not talking about hardcore workouts. You can do that if you want, but just walking 30 minutes every day would help so much for your body and overall health. So consider doing some form of exercise. Number four would be something we already do already, is wash your hands consistently and often, and not like 5-second wash your hands. Like really washing your hands at least for 30 seconds or longer, and making sure you get right up in there. Make sure you're still washing your hands because it's still really important. Carry hand sanitizer everywhere you go with at least 65% alcohol or more. So you could use a pen or a crayon to press buttons out when you're shopping, or use an elevator to press the buttons. For example, my friend used this crayon, actually not this one, but he uses crayons when he goes shopping and he uses the self-checkout. He doesn't actually touch the screen, he uses one of the crayons and he boop, boop, boop. And once he's done, he can just toss it. Okay, so avoid touching your face or scratching your nose or anything like that, because your hands touch a lot of different surfaces, and when you go to near your face, you can get the virus because you're touching your mouth or your nose, eyes, anything like that. So try not touch your face. It's really hard to do. I personally have problems doing it, and once I feel myself wanting to touch an area that's like kind of itchy, I will go I'll use my arm instead and go like this. So try and keep your hands off your face. Another tip, if you're still working outside the house, you're commuting somewhere to work, when you come home, just take off your clothes from work and throw them right into the washing machine. I have a friend that actually does this, so it's just an extra preventative measure. So avoid putting your purse or even your lunchbox on tables or kitchen countertops, as if you're still going somewhere else for work, wherever you're placing your bag might have something on it, who knows, just as a preventative measure. So sanitize commonly touched surfaces around your home, for example, door handles, the door frame of your fridge, even the toilet handles. So it just areas that people touch a lot of the times, even counters. So just make sure you just do a nice little wipe down. Sanitize your cell phone or even your wallet, even your house keys. If you can, continue to work from home. Avoid using cash if possible. If you're able, shop online for your groceries and other things that you may need and have it delivered to your house. Okay, so if you're unable to order your food online and you have to go out into the world, into stores and see people, I recommend to use a mask, even though I'm not a big fan of it myself because it's uncomfortable and when I breathe out, my glasses fog up, but still, it's more important to be safe than sorry. But I do recommend that if you're going to be wearing masks, especially if you have a homemade one, you should treat it as underwear. So what I mean by that is that you're not going to wear that one piece of underwear that you wore for the second day, right? You're going to put it in the laundry, wash it, and then wear that underwear again once it's clean. So that's what I mean about the masks. If once you use it for whatever purpose for the day, you're going to toss it in the laundry and you're going to wash it before you use it again. Make sure you're wearing a mask, even if there's conflicting reports about when you should be wearing a mask. If you're feeling healthy, you shouldn't wear a mask. If you're feeling terrible, you should be definitely wearing it. There are some establishments that require you to wear a mask regardless of what your health status is at. So it's good right now to get in the habit of bringing a homemade mask for when you do go to the grocery store, you have that last minute item that you need to pick up when you're out and about. So in addition to the masks thing, my friend showed me this document he received from head office, and I just want to share it with you just to demonstrate how bad it can be if you don't wear your mask in certain situations. So I'll just let you come to your own conclusions and how you feel about this picture I'm going to show you next. So yeah. Because, it's interesting to say the least. That's what I'll say. Yeah, it's interesting. So wear your mask just as a preventive measure. It's better to be safe than sorry. But yeah, wearing a mask could help prevent getting the virus. And finally, and this kills me, don't travel. Don't travel outside your city or your town because you could contract the virus depending on which areas have a higher concentration of the virus. So just, unfortunately, don't travel at this point in time. Be safe. And remember, there are some asymptomatic people, which means that there are people who have the virus, they don't know they have it, and because they're not exhibiting any kind of symptoms. So this is why social distancing is so important, especially around vulnerable people who have underlying health issues. Well, that's the end of my list. I hope this advice/refresher has been helpful for you. Now, what have you been doing to prevent the spread of COVID-19? Have I missed anything on my list that should be there? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and remember to try something new. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!